I'm Thomas.
And I'm Tristan.
And welcome to yet another edition of TNT's Real Travels podcast.
And we're here in a little courtyard in Venice, Italy. Because Venice isn't just about Carnival and big tourist season. People actually do live here on the island.
That's right. Actually, the number of citizens in Venice is pretty low. And during the day, it swells to a much larger population. But by nighttime, that quiets back down again.
That's right. And if you want to see something other than the big crowds in Piazza San Marco, you can step out to some of the little courtyards, down the cobblestone alleys, or go in the morning, early in the morning, to the Rialto markets and see people buying fresh fruits and vegetables and fish right off the boat.
Yep. So, little taste of Venetian life. Check it out. Venice. Obviously built on water, and much talk over the years has been made about how it's maybe sinking or decaying, or the water is rising and the city floods with the acqua alta. But one thing you may not know about Venice that's peculiar is that it actually moves. Aside from the obvious, standing on a dock or a vaporetto stop, you may notice that certain parts of the city actually move kind of like a cruise ship. And if you're particularly sensitive, like I am, you may feel it pretty good. We noticed it in the Carnevale district in particular. It seemed that parts of the city, docks and even whole buildings were moving a bit. So if you're sensitive like me, take care, and you might want to take your Dramamine or other anti-seasickness medicine on a regular basis to avoid the effects of it. I think I'm going to take mine right now. Excuse me.
Venice is a city married to the sea. Over 1,000 years ago, Venetian sailors conquered both the waves and nearby pirates. And to celebrate their success, the Doge symbolically wedded the city-state to the Adriatic in an elaborate ritual that has been continued every year as the Sposalizia del Mar. The associated Festival of Ascension Day happens in May and, appropriately enough, features regattas and other water sports.
Today, as in the past, everything in Venice takes place via the water. People commute to work and school by boat as much as by foot. All food and goods must be shipped in from the mainland. There are no trucks or cars or even any of the zippy scooters found in every other Italian town. The Rialto was the first bridge ever built over the Grand Canal, and the current marble version was constructed in 1588. Walking on the outside steps provides a fine vista of the busy water traffic in this main thoroughfare. The inside of the bridge is lined with exclusive shops. Everyone seems to pass by the Rialto, from police boats to the vaporettos to tourist-filled gondolas. The cafes and restaurants lining the bridge area are expensive, but you're paying for the view.
For at least 700 years, the area near the Rialto has been a marketplace. Boats come here to unload fresh produce from the mainland and the catch of the day. If you're staying at lodgings with a kitchen, you can make like the locals do and pick up some seasonal delicacies. Or just cruise through the aisles and admire the pretty fruits and vegetables. You'll also find several butcher shops with select cuts of meats. And then there's the huge Mercato del Pesce, the fish hall. This is where the fishermen share the bounty of Venice's lagoon. You'll find an amazing selection of fish and seafood, so fresh it might still be wriggling. Huge crabs, flat flounders, and piles of inky squid, practically begged to be made into the many Venetian specialties you'll see on restaurant menus. The fish market closes on Mondays, so don't miss it.
Flooding in San Marco is such a problem, they have to try to protect it now. So they're doing this construction, apparently, of the canal front area to the quayside on the San Marco basin. Kind of where that green is, basically. Pretty crazy stuff.
Will the waters that transport and feed Venice be the city's ruin in the future? thanks to man-made changes to the lagoon, the annual Acqua Alta floods have gotten higher. But we believe the Most Serene Republic will survive as she has for centuries. Venice at night is unlike any other European city. Even during the party time of Carnival, a peaceful sweetness settles down over the piazza and lagoon after sunset. While landmarks like the Bridge of Sighs remain spotlit, the twisted streets of Venice contain shadows. The cobblestones echo with every step, and a tiny splash in a canal makes you wonder if that was a gondola paddle or perhaps a sneaky rat plying the waters.